Alrighty, guys, we're on for Good Friday footy once again. Sorry for the start, a little bit late. Just always having problems with setting up streams and getting it done by the clock's 3:05. I think it was supposed to start, but we've only got now 3 minutes to get cracking into it. I guess not much to talk about. I guess before we start, let's see if there is chat. I think there is. I'd hope there is. I'll bring it up. Let's see. Yep, got a few chat. G'day, Disco. What's going on? Yeah, I've been late literally almost every stream I've done this year. It's almost like it just happens inevitably. I don't plan on starting 5-6 minutes later, whatever it ended up being. Been just trying to get that fantasy ticker thing working because I thought it'd be quite intriguing, but mate, couldn't fucking get it working. I just every coding thing I try, I get it wrong. So we just have to leave it again, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's only a small thing I do want for the streams at some stage when I get them working. AL says this is a bold call, but I think North are going to win by 6 goals. It's pretty bold, especially in a fixture like this. If anything, I'm seeing a Carlton 6-goal win, but I think it'll be a couple of goals in it. Scrappy affair, no sides kicks over 80. If I had to make a call on what I think the scores will end up looking like. But hopefully a contest. Because I think it's been... I can't remember the last time I streamed a close game, to be honest. So, come on, we got to get a contest. We're due one. Well, I don't know what they're doing. Is it $1,500 raised for every goal? Or have they upped the antes? Because I think last time it was that. But I don't think there'll be heaps of goals, to be honest. Like last year, the Carlton held up their weight on the end of the bargain, and they definitely contributed. I think they kicked... I think they kicked like 21 goals. 22 goals. They 23 even. They kicked heaps. Sombry. Fucking... No need to spam there, mate. I acknowledge your input in the chat.
Pretty scarce in recent years, so they want to hang on to that. I think it might be a physical contest.
Why does it say 0 goals for?
About a few of those Carlton players that come back in and a bit of experience. And I think there's a hardness developing about the way North Melbourne want to go about their football. With the team adjustments, Ollie Holmes looks like he's gone back to the wing, which is where he started his career.
I've got a scarf of all the teams, although the Freo one's not my favourite. It's a little bit bit of plain and thin. Not even like a great scarf to wear. It's quite like an uncomfortable, sort of like a one of those piece of knitted equipment you get from your grandma. Not the best, but you still take it. And I'm still have the scarf. I probably will upgrade it. Wouldn't mind a Guernsey though for the Freo. So let's see if this will continue. Carlton's fast starts, because obviously I don't think they've not trailed at quarter time in any game this year so far. We watched the Sydney game on the stream. The Richmond game, they went off the blocks and kicked the first 5 of the first 6. They looked red hot. They kicked 6 goals in the first quarter against Melbourne. But North Melbourne are also fast starters as well. So this will be really intriguing to see who gets the first jump. You should be able to hear some of the commentary in the background as well, hopefully, and hopefully the mic's good audio. It could maybe need to be a little bit louder. Coleman Jones gets the first mark inside 50. Bit of a scapegoat for the North Melbourne fans. Hasn't really contributed much to what he was probably promised when he got moved into the club. But they don't really have anyone else at the moment. North Melbourne in that position, especially given Cherry's out, so he's probably going to be helping that ruck duel. Let's see if he can kick the first goal for North Melbourne. No, he can't. He can't. That won't be a score. I don't think he registered for himself. Will be rushed over the line.
Would have been a beautiful way to start. Kicked 4 goals in his second game of AFL footy. It was a memorable performance.
Oh, I'm getting rid of these. Oh, that banner at the bottom. Just leave it there for now. Okay, play this guy. Cowan on the mark. Oh, that's a turnover. Simkin, what can he do there? Tell you what, McKerch is going to rack up a lot of the footy so far. He looks threatening. Parker, good mark. I'm going to go to a night match, Blues Collingwood, and I'm scared for drunk people. He should be fine. Drunk people will always be thereabouts at footy games, but I mean, probably the worst of it are going to be at those sort of clashes, but you should be fine. North will get the first opportunity here at a real chance of a goal, hopefully. Lots of free players in the 50. G'day, Luca. Who took the greatest mark of all time? Yeah, Gary Moorcroft probably in 2001. Never seen a mark like that taken before in my life. I mean, obviously I wasn't born when that mark occurred, but I don't think I've seen a greater mark since then or before then. Jeez, it's going to be the sort of night where sides don't want to contribute to donating for the Good Friday appeal. Crunch for life. Go JH Edits and Sombrini. We're here for Good Friday footy at Marvel Stadium. And early on, it is North Melbourne that have definitely got the jump, but they haven't got the scoreboard pressure right now early on the Blues, which normally they get the fast starts. Don't know how Eagles will go tomorrow without the likes of Elliot Yeo. I still think you guys will be. Even if those two are still playing, I would have probably still picked Sydney. But it's exciting. It's a sort of another sort of a free hit, not a game that you'd be too worried about. I think Sydney would be more worried, which is weird. Sydney would be a little worried, I reckon. Any side facing West Coast away right now, their form. See, what I could do with that fantasy stats thing, I could put the real stats. Oh, that kick. That was that debutant Dirksen who completely sprayed it. I am very nervous about tomorrow. Yeah, you'd be in trouble if you lose that, the Swans. Curnow, did you hear what Curnow said on the week about him wanting to play as a role player? I don't know about that being something that Swans fans are wanting heading before the season started. If any player, that's probably not the player you want to be saying that. As a big key power forward that you probably expect to kick a good chunk of your goals. Hasn't had the greatest start to 2026 yet. Trembath is there. Don't remember if he kicked a goal last week. I think maybe he did, but not the week before. Against West Coast. Hewitt, Evans. Park has been busy early. Pink again. Oh, it's just a really shit average game of footy so far. I think I'm looking okay for my unders. Go on, predict the future of this game then, mate. Are you going to say Carlton lead at half-time by 40 points and still end up losing the game? That's Jagger Smith first disposal. That's their first chance inside the middle. Playing corridor footy. And that wasn't a great kick to Mackay. Common gets there. Hollands runs into freaking Mackay there. That would have been a possible goal. How many will Jagger have? He's averaging like 25 so far, so I'd probably say he normally gets off to hot starts in his games, and he hasn't really seen a lot of it, so I'm going to say he has like 21, 22, but he normally finds the footy as good as any first gamer I've seen of player in his first year.
Yeah, but he would love this, Hutto. He'll love this pit net if he kicks this, and he'll remind him all the way back to the centre. 4 goals won. He had an excellent start.
So Carlton should get the first goal in pit net. And there you go. Blues on the board in the Good Friday clash with the first goal. Is this game free to wear? Yeah, this game normally always is free to wear. But I don't think the game later tonight's free to wear. I might check on that. It could be. There might be an extra free to wear game this week, because obviously last night was, and Sunday and Monday will, so it could be 5. I haven't checked, but I believe so. Kerner doesn't need to be the guy. It's great if he is, but he's... Yeah, it'll help hopefully benefit those two, but he's a player capable of kicking 70 goals anyway, so wouldn't you want that out of him in the first place? You traded so much to get him. Oh yeah, we haven't decided what our goal song was going to be for Carlton. I've got North Melbourne's one, but I couldn't figure out what I'd do for Carlton. Which is probably a poor excuse of not getting it done, but I have North Melbourne's ready, but Carlton... Maybe I should have had the other way around, because Carlton probably will kick the first 5 goals of today, won't they? Mackay should get that, and that's a great, well-weighted kick. Genuinely don't understand why this game wasn't free to wear. So it's not free to wear, because every other year, obviously you're based in Perth, but in Victoria, I'm obviously watching this on the KO, so I'm not watching the 7 broadcast, but missed it. It's the post, Mackay. So I'd say it's relatively even in the first half of this quarter. Carlton getting their chances, North Melbourne getting their chances. Carlton with the only goal of the game through a free kick. Let's have a look at the stats. Alright, why can I hear the game twice? There we go. That's why I had the game on twice there. What the fuck just happened? It just stopped playing the freaking broadcast for no reason. Well, there we go. All right, Kemp ends up with a footy. Should probably kick this goal from like 5 out. He's hit the post again. And there's Skipper. Worst forward in the crowd. So they've kicked. They should probably be 2 goals up with their chances, the Blues. I mean, both sides have had their chances early on. Fucking hell. For Carlton's sake, they need to be up by 5 goals to... Actually, not even. Even if they're up by 7 goals, I wouldn't be feeling... they wouldn't be feeling any sense of relief, I guess. Nice from O'Sullivan. Oh, they're going to pay downfield. Against Luke Parker, I think. Might just be goals they're going to get through free kicks so far today. North can't kick for shit out of defence. No, but neither can Carlton, so it'll... The game will be played to more of North Melbourne's level, I reckon, today. Probably don't necessarily want that. There we go. There we go. North on the board. Let's go. They won't have a goal this quarter. I'm watching the Sandful instead. You're big into the Sandful. I know that starts later than the VFL for whatever reason. I think it's just because there are more teams in the VFL. But I don't know why the AFL website stopped showing results of Sandful games. They used to have the Sandful games up and running, so I'd check it every now and then, but I don't follow it. Don't really give a shit. Just got back from the local footy Premier Div Seniors. So who'd you go and watch? Local footy's back up and running for not all leagues, but I know some leagues are starting up this week. Some still have the pracky games. Because obviously the AFL season starts a lot earlier than all other leagues. Teams have a few extra weeks to train and all that with their pracky games. Massive Glenelg fan. Good old Tigers. I was going to go to their training ground. Actually, I didn't go to Glenelg's ground, but I went to quite a number of other ones, like the Roosters and Woodville West Torrents, and whoever plays at Unley Oval, I can't remember, over Gatherdown. Don't think I've ever been to Glenelg. Go Tom still needs to go down the Parliament Station escalators with a 63. And this was this week. He promised to do that 4 years ago. Maybe he's just waiting for the perfect moment. I'll remind him. I should remind him. And fucking hell. Could we get 3 goals from 3 free kicks? It's a freaking another one through the stand rule, which I don't like very much. But I haven't really seen what exactly happened. I believe it was there.
They've got to convert after the last couple of misses, the Blues. McGovern down the rooms will keep an eye on that. 6 times they've been inside 50 for 4 scores. They just haven't been goals, so this becomes really big.
Brody Kemp kicked the point. Don't have heaps of belief that he'll kick this. This could go anywhere. Could go out in the full. Could be straight through the middle. And there you go. It's straight through the middle. Blues get their second. Well, the thing is, I am trying to get tickets for other people who have basically done the same thing. I am not worried for me because so many people have reached out, and also the tickets for a lot of the Adelaide Oval games you can still jump on now if you wanted to. So it's those like Sydney v Gold Coast at Norwood. That's actually one that I would obviously want to go to, and I haven't got yet. It's probably the main one of all. Gatherdown didn't really sell out. I mean, some of the smaller niche grounds at the venues with like 10k capacity arenas, yeah, those would have sold out quick. But a lot of the AO ones you can still get tickets to. Not the best, limited availability, but just get to the hill early. What are they going to do? How's Sheasel going? Let's have a look. Have him for my VC today. And he's been... Can't see what score he's on. Oh my god. My god. Sheasel has -6. Sheasel's given away 2 free kicks before recording a stat. Fuck me. Yeah, it's because Sammy predicted him for Mark of the Year. He's gone off. He's not going to be absolutely helpful for them. McGovern. Well, he's on the bench back again, so he's probably going to get back onto the ground. Left in the third quarter to watch this game, but it was Greensboro Eltham. I'm surprised they even play on Good Friday, to be honest. I thought it was just the AFL that does that. For Aussie rules leagues. And the VFL, I guess. But maybe it's just become a thing where all leagues now play Good Friday footy. Or more of the local leagues. That should be a free kick to Larky. Yep. Sort of just panicked there, Carlton's defence. Not sure what happened. Who did I tip? I tipped Carlton. You can see it on the screen, mate. Ask me another question. Are you going to go to Carlton Adelaide? I don't care if I don't go to it, but yeah, probably will. Probably will. But it's a game I've seen so many times, and I'm not that quick to want to go to a game like that again, where it's probably going to be a 40 to 60 point win to Adelaide again. I don't think Carlton have ever beaten Adelaide at that venue before. Yeah, well, apart from those leagues, like VFL Sandful, the main state leagues, but they wouldn't have been playing Good Friday footy before COVID, I don't think, if I had to make a guess. So 15 plays 14. North Melbourne staying in this contest, but both these teams do start games off pretty strong. Parker gets it out there. Wardlaw. Here we go. Sheasel finally gets on the footy. Larkey. Oh, no, that's Darling. The experience in the forward line, back in the team. He gets off to a strong start. I could see him kick a few goals to give Larkey a chop out in the forward line. Footy life. What's going on, mate?
A really good decision to make. Dropped after the West Coast game, kicked 3 in the VFL, taking 8 marks last week. Called back into action, the veteran, second year as a Kanga. And he puts
there you go. North hit the lead.
The Harvey Norman replay coming on the Jack Darling goal.
20 plays 15. Woodville v Adelaide was last night, and the very other Sandful game is the very other. I mean, I know it's a religious holiday for a lot of people, but like most people in Australia probably don't even celebrate it that much anyway. So it's not like people really care anymore. Like the people will go to that's why there's like nothing's open on Good Friday either. The barber I tried to go to today wasn't open. So you just stores in like I remember the last Good Friday when I went to the last Good Friday game, which wasn't when they played Carlton. It was 4 years ago. Like we spent 2.5 hours trying to find somewhere open for dinner afterwards. So there's nothing to do. You may as well go to the footy. I think he ended up kicking 30 goals for them last year, and not many other players for North kicked close to that, apart from Curtis and Larkey and Zerha. So just that extra target there and providing that experience. So yeah, I agree. It wasn't a bad pickup. Parker's been probably more underrated though. They'd probably lose a couple extra games without him, to be perfectly honest. Walsh tries to get it through the traffic, can't. Obviously, I'd like him to be busy with his fantasy points today. It's actually been really slow of a start for a lot of the players in my team today. Walsh just with the 5. Jagger Smith only the 1 disposal. He normally gets off to a bit more of a quicker start in the games I've seen him play, which is a bit shit. It's like they've transferred their energy from the end of the last game to the first quarter of this game. This has been their worst start, Carlton, so far in games. North have been a lot more controlling of the footy and dominant in the game, as Jagger Smith finally gets a free kick, finally gets a tap, or a stat I should say, and they'll go inside 50. Nothing's going to happen. You went on Monday. I mean, Easter shoppers are going to be all over this shop throughout the week. There are heaps of them on Wednesday when I was at the shops. Easter is Sunday. Not doing a lot for Easter because my family are away, which is sort of unfortunate given like last Christmas was kind of a similar situation. Not that my family were away, but other side of my family were away and didn't really do much. Didn't go anywhere, just sort of lounged around at home whilst everyone else had their lunches and all that. Sheasel. Good work, Wiedering. Dirksen just got bodied from Zerha. Not a good kick inside 50. Walsh playing the man in defence there. Smith gets run down straight away. North are applying lots of good pressure early on. Should have tipped them. Fucking should have tipped North from what they're playing like this in this first quarter. They're looking like like what AL said, they could get a 6-goal win. Only is 5 points or whatever, 4-point margin. Good pick up from Daniel, but then he handballs it to no one. Good tackle from McGovern. Jagger Smith. Oh, he's been caught for it. Is that a second time? He's had a very dirty first quarter. And Caleb Daniel. Yeah. What's the song? I know it's a Tokyo song. I don't know the name of it, but I like it. Like Mike. I do like it. We just haven't heard it probably enough as what we probably wanted to. Yeah, well, I haven't watched the North game. I can't remember the last North game I watched where I could have said, oh, look, their ball use was elite. Maybe it was the case against Port. I don't know, but I didn't watch much of that game at all. But if it was a little bit better, they'd definitely be up by a bit more. Trembath couldn't find the mark. Look at that. Fumbly. That should be ball. Yep, free kick North. Free. What are they complaining about there? So is that Doveston that has it? Who has the free there? It's 24. 24, I believe, is Doveston, right? No, that's Powell. No, it's Powell. Yeah, the pressure rating, North are up by 33. Carlton have barely laid a finger and not the best approach. It's not how you should be lining up. Lions better turn up for gather round. Feel there's a sneaky upset if we don't take North serious after the draw line. Nah, still North aren't really in that echelon of sides that will challenge the likes of Brisbane. How close have North gone? I mean, I know, yeah, I guess last year in that Hobart fixture, but that's in Hobart. Brisbane are just humming along nicely, and they've got players returning as well. Quite a number of them. They looked as good as any team that's looked this year last night. I don't know why you want to know my age so badly, mate. 22. Yeah, well, I think even against the worst sides, like for Essendon's sake, they probably wouldn't have made a 5-goal late charge and had it actually work. They kicked 3 goals late, but yeah, it wasn't convincing. Even before that, it wasn't very convincing of the last quarter. That's why I didn't really tip them, that and Sherry being out. Lots of North Melbourne fans in the crowd. I know it's a North home game, but it looks like there could almost be more than, from the angles that I'm viewing on TV, it looks like there are more than the Blues fans. Probably after last week. Sheasel needs to increase that fantasy score because he started on a -6. Walsh goes for the fly, but I think that was Nick Newman who's back in the team. Am I annoying you? You are a little bit, to be honest. But look, knowing at least you're putting in effort and you're watching the stream, so that's, I guess, it's enough. That's all right.
kicked it out of bounds, but it's kept in by the desperation of O'Sullivan, and then Sheasel's handball chopped off.
Come on, Smith. Get a little bit more into the game, mate. They just almost feel like they're tagging him, which is weird. And Kemp gets the mark. Kemp will get the mark, but I think it'll be a free to McGovern. And Carlton do not deserve to be in front at quarter time, but that probably says more on North than what it says on Carlton, if that's the case. You're not really being that annoying, to be honest. It's just you're repeating messages quite a number of times. That's all. But you're not really being that bad, so it's fine. So Carlton probably will lead at quarter time. They don't deserve, but that's just because they're playing North. No, you don't get copyright for the audio. They don't do that. Even for match footage, like I mean, in YouTube videos, a lot of the time I'm good enough to get away with it if I use a certain, I think less than 15 seconds of the clip, I can cut each part of it and I should be fine with it. But any longer, you do get looked at a little bit more. But the audio is all good. But if it's a little loud, the audio, I'll turn it down. Because if it is like quite loud, which I don't think it is, but if it's quite loud, then maybe. But even then, it's just audio, not the broadcast. 22 seconds to go. Coleman Jones, high ball. Elijah Hollins, who has been one of Carlton's best players this year. To Newman on the wing. And Carlton continue that streak of games this season where they've been in front, even though this has been their least promising. So they're 4-0 in first quarters. I tipped the Pies last night when I heard that Nick Saints was ruled out of the game. I had him in my... Well, I don't think there's a side in the AFL that's reliant as to one particular player than Collingwood is to Nick Dacos. So, I mean, I thought they were a slight chance. But that big out before the game almost eradicated all of my chance I had for Collingwood to win the game. But I didn't think they'd get done by that much, and they probably should have got done by a lot more. I don't know why everyone's... I don't get the reason behind all these questions. Am I going to stream Easter Monday? When am I streaming next? Well, I'm streaming currently at the moment, and there's still 3 more quarters of footy to go. Maybe have a discussion on like a certain aspect of the game instead. To answer that one, though, I'm not going to be streaming Easter Monday because I've got a ticket for the game. Hard to get tickets to Easter Monday, I know that. So, yeah, I'm going to look forward to it. Only been to one Easter Monday clash before, but I've been to a couple of Hawthorn Geelong games and they're always pretty good. Actually, I take that back. I haven't been to a close Hawthorn Geelong game yet. Carlton will win the flag if there was only 1 quarter in a game. Well, would they? Because teams will then find out that there's just 1 quarter in a game and it'll be like, oh yeah, they can play their first half. 10 minutes of the first quarter, but then somehow they do what they do normally and just run out of legs against the best sides. But at the moment, like they'd be top on the ladder, I think. I'm almost certain. I think there was someone posted a stat of first quarters, and I think Carlton would be top. But like in the second halves, I think they might be last. It's that stark. Yeah, McKercher with a 10. He's been racking it up off half-back through the middle, which is a little bit annoying because obviously a lot of people had him as a look for fantasy. But, yeah, he's got 35. But all of the other regular players that people have in their teams haven't scored heaps. Like Walsh, the 21. Sheasel started with a -6, and he's only on... I'll refresh because it's not updating here. He's on 14. Blamires on 9, Smith on 9. So it's looking like it's going to be a difficult week for a lot of people this week, especially with Dacos not playing. There's a fucking fly. It's so annoying when you accidentally leave the door open for like 30 seconds to a minute, or well, like literally that small of a time period, and it just opens up the opportunity for all these flies to get in, and then you just, what the fuck you gonna do with 7/8 flies, just all in the living room or upstairs or whatever it is, and they're the big ones as well. They're the ones that are even more annoying. Takes you like 10 minutes to try and get them all. Just get the you don't really want to spray insect repellent in your room. It doesn't give off a great smell whatsoever. Sometimes you just got to do it. You shouldn't have had him as your captain, because they played on the Thursday, so most people would have had him as a vice captain. Because if he scores a low score, then you haven't got a second chance of getting a captain score. Lachlan. So that is on you for that, but that's probably just a rookie mistake. Like, I think I've maybe done that before when I first started. Not necessarily with Nick Dacos, but just in general. Do you know who? Yeah, of course I know Riles Macca. Could be, I don't know if he's streaming this game, but he does similar to live streams to myself. He's a good guy. I've got him on the channel a few times myself. If North win go on the Triple M radio, they'll start talking shit about Carlton. Are SCN doing that Carlton radio broadcast like they did last week with the Melbourne game? I think Annie Ma, who else is on it? Kuda Feedy's, a couple more of the Carlton media personalities that were doing the game. I wonder if they're doing it this week again. They'll get another really good reaction if it's another fuck up. I actually am hoping Carlton win this second quarter and almost win it by quite a bit, because I do want to see something similar happen. That game I'm looking forward to quite a lot. It's going to be really intriguing. Freo, Adelaide going to be good enough this year, so they just got to be nailing wins at home against some of the better sides. So I couldn't do it against Bulldogs, but I'm not quite sure. But I have tipped them, as much as I'm really not sure at all with that game. That's probably the hardest game to tip this week. But I've only tipped them because they're 1 and 2. So if they go 1 and 3, they'll probably be a bit more desperate than Freo. And I don't know if Freo are that great at the Adelaide Oval either. Not that it should mean anything with the way they've been playing right now. I reckon Bolton will be contender for the Brownlow medal, and Freo's BNF beside he has 29.5 touches at phone kicks on all. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to last all year, and he might not get as much of an opportunity in the middle. Hopefully he can stay as much as he can there, because he provides that extra point difference Freo need. But when Young gets into that side, who knows? So I don't know if Bolton. I wouldn't have him as a contender for the Brownlow right now. Like, he probably would have. I don't even know if he would have got the 3 votes last week. The week before, yes. And then I don't remember how he played against the Cats. I think he was solid though. But if he continues the form in the next few weeks, he'd be he'd be up there with maybe top 10 favourite, maybe. But Sarong and Brayshaw will be there stealing votes. Freo, it's hard for them to win Brownlows for their players. Sort of have to have one star in the middle, like for a Nick Dacos for the Pies. I'm not sure if Chris Fagan needs to be bothering doing what he's doing. Like, he's not like he's playing any threatening opposition to worry about how they structure up and their game plan goes about it and all that stuff. So he's going to watch North Melbourne play at the Barossa. I think it's going to be a completely different game. You know what you're going to get from North. Will the Bont win the Brownlow now? No, I don't know. We don't even know how he's going to play against Essendon, but I'm going to assume he's going to at least vote in that game, right? Most people are. In an ideal world, he wins it this year, and then Dacos can win a few. in the next few years, but he's got way more time than Bont does probably. But Bont probably can still win it in the next few years if he's still at the form he's in. This is the team that finished like 3rd last year, and I go for Carlton, so Carlton, we need to win, otherwise we're screwed. Oh, 3rd last. Man, I thought I was reading the wrong message for a second. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, what are you trying to get out of Carlton season now, Lachlan, at the moment? Because I think you guys are probably can forget about trying to contend for the finals at least. I have no idea where you're at right now, or whether your coach is going to last, but I mean, yeah, if you can't beat North Melbourne, I know North are going to be getting better this year, but if you can't beat North Melbourne, when in the last 3 years you'd smash them in these fixtures, then I don't know what's going to happen. You might not get many more wins this year. Chris Fagan probably has the right to say whatever he wants, given his accolades at the moment. Double premiership coach, but he probably did need to make those comments. Obviously, I'd probably agree on that. But you don't really let that bother you, do you? Jagger Smith is definitely getting held today. And unless there was a late out, there is a certain player that I have not seen once today, and that's the captain. He's playing, but I've fucking barely seen him. Been very disappointing this year. He had a good first quarter against Melbourne last week, and that's about the only good quarter of footy he's played all footy, and that should be a goal. Damn. They've missed their chances, the Roos. I like Trent Bath. Only played 5 or 6 games, and he's already looking like he just knows his role and what he's doing week by week. In the 50, he looks like a natural. The Blues are having no idea right now. Absolutely no idea. How can they be so unsure? Like, honestly, what do they do at training? I can't see Carlton winning this. I mean, I know North Melbourne do drop off in games as well, but not like Carlton. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, but what's this TOG, Cripps? I haven't seen him on the field. Like, surely it's less than 50%. Oh my God. How is there a player with no one around him 2 meters out from the goal square? And that was your man there, AFL 18 in Trenbath, wasn't it? What the fuck? That's abysmal. That's abysmal. If they're going to be playing like that in defence, you may as well just give North Melbourne the win right now. Like, I get they weren't expecting the kick to come out like that. But regardless, if it didn't make the distance anyways, why would no one be on the goal line to help stop it in the first place? Who would have been on him in the first place, right? They all just got sucked into the... They got all sucked into Zerha, it seemed, and Larky. Yeah, that is true, actually. That would have been a goal if he wasn't there anyways. So it would have still been a goal, which is even worse, to be honest. I know, that's basic defending 101, and they can't even get that right. And they just look absolutely lost when they're trying to like rebound and move the footy forward. They don't know what they're doing. They just keep running themselves into danger. Can we get a clean transition bit of play here for the Blues? No, we can't. This is the sort of footy Carlton were playing against North in the previous years, but it's sort of flipped around. What's up, Sarah? G'day. Welcome to the chat. Joining the chorus and sing it one and all. Mate, I'll pump the tune out. Maybe not now, a bit premature to do so, but I tell you what, it's almost game over. I'm calling it. If this is the way this game's going to continue, it's going to be a tough day at the office once again for Carlton. So you know what? Let's list down all of the really bad Carlton mistakes in this game. Chat can help me out. And we'll compile a little bit of a compilation. Looking forward to Carlton v Essendon on King's Birthday Eve. I actually never tune into those games anymore because they were always really bad. I think I went in 2023, but haven't watched since. Not watched on TV since the full game. Cripps still on the 2 disposals, but he got mentioned on the broadcast right there. What? No, he's been on the ground for 3/4 of the game. I have not seen him. I tell you what, if they get a goal here, the Blues, they'll be lucky. But they don't, because there's no one inside 50 for them at all. It was supposed to be Dirksen on Trent Bowl. Dirksen, I know he's only played, well, he's his first game, but been a little bit questionable in his early starter to his AFL game career in this one. Everyone remember when that kid was crying because the Blues lost? What kid? I'm sure there are many kids that have been crying in the last few years over Carlton, unfortunately. And classic Caleb Daniel turns the ball over. And Cripps. As far as there aren't any Bronx cheers. Frankie Evans. That was better. Threw a turnover though as well. Oh, yeah. Last North v Blues game. Yeah. That was highlighted quite a lot by a bunch of people on social media. That was pretty funny. Sort of did the kid dirty. I'm sure all his classmates at school probably saw that as well. Maybe. I don't know. It's quite young. That was the MCG game. Free kick to Pitney. Carlton have basically been given all their goals through free kicks. I think their first 2 were as a result of free kicks, if I'm not mistaken. And this one's going to be a jumper hold, which they were always going to pay. Pitnet's kicked 3 goals in his first game. I think he's kicked 7 goals this season if this goes through. Carlton don't deserve a goal sign, by the way, for today's game, so I might not even bother with it. But I'm checking to see Mark Pitnet, how many goals he has kicked this year. He's been a scoring threat, but you probably don't want him to be that scoring threat. He's kicked 6 goals this year. I think that's the same amount as Mackay's kicked. I'm checking now. Mackay 1-2-1. So he'd be their leading goal scorer. He was leading the Coleman, I'm pretty sure, after the first game, Dylan. I think. Or at least at half-time. I don't think after the second half. But he's their leading goal scorer in this early start of Carlton season. which I know it's only 4 games in, but it's just a little bit of a concern given he's been the ruckman. Like, what are they getting from their other forwards? What output are they getting? Not a lot. Go the Roos, says Ella Bridges up the Lions. Look, I've never hated the Lions, to be honest. Even now that they're successful, I can stomach a Brisbane Lions 3-peat if that happens, because they don't really have an issue with their supporters, and maybe it's just because they're a non-Victorian club, and they've been so bad for as long as I can remember. They finally turned the tables around in the last 7 years and have been successful. North Melbourne, the same sort of spot for me in terms of I don't really mind them either. I wouldn't mind seeing them get some success, and I think they might soon. They've got a lot of early draft picks that are finally starting to develop and hit their strides. Same bloke that won a Coleman medal somehow. That was a pretty shit year for goal kicking. I don't think he kicked I think he kicked the lowest number of goals apart from 2020 for a Coleman medalist. Only like 61 or something. Or maybe not even. He kicked 58 goals. That won him a Coleman medal. Holy shit, he didn't even get to 60. Like this year, if you kick 58 goals, you're probably not going to finish top 5. And in the 90s, you don't finish top 15. Yeah, McCurch has been carving it up in this game early on. Is this Ainsworth? Oh my God, he slips over. Is there a turf issue at the ground, or is he just fucking dumb? You need to keep your feet. It's the #1 rule. Should be a mark. Maybe Nick Newman will be the player. Back into the... I think this is his first game since his ACL injury. So he hasn't played in like almost 500 days. Yeah, hasn't played since the Elam final in 2024. And he's been all right. Probably one of their better players. I don't count wildcard finals, but the AFL wants to count at that. And if I'm going to make a call now, we'll finish 9th or 10th and lose that. Unless our form turns around in 2026. We've still got a lot of games to go. Anyways, Newman kicks the goal and the Blues hit the lead. Which feels wrong. It really feels a bit wrong. Because North have been a lot more promising. They've shown a lot more, but they just haven't been able to make it count in the forward 50 overall.
The emotion of the joy that we're seeing when they execute correctly and find a way to hit the lead or hit back the opposition. It's going to be a fun game to play out.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of looks going inside, and if they can convert those opportunities, then...
And that's probably what's going to keep Carlton in this game.
Untidy at times, they've turned the footy over in their forward half at times. When they go in, they're a chance.
So we'll see. It might remain close for longer than I was expecting here. O'Sullivan. Definitely dominating the centre clearances, the Roos. As you probably would have expected. Let's see where the Roos go next.
The tendency is to go into your shell a bit, North Melbourne. Go sideways rather than forward.
They haven't really got anywhere to go. I feel like Carlton have done better here in limiting the faster ball movement. They've had to go long down the line. But Dersma finds the mark anyways. That's big. McCurch at 87 ranking points. Is that Supercoach points? Mate, oh, I should have traded him in. Everyone was saying that he was going to be a big scoring potential against the Blues, but I didn't end up doing it. Oh, Mackay's playing defence. He's playing the last man defence in this quarter for some reason.
they've kicked the last 2 goals.
Hasn't found a lot of those, so that'll do his
Well, they always change the teams. And I feel like it's almost the wrong time to get rid of North now if they're going to get rid of North, because for the entire duration of their tenure as Good Friday host, I don't remember them winning many games at all. But I mean, it provides a pretty large crowd when North play Carlton, so I don't hate it. I just hope it's going to be a bit more competitive. It's like the same argument that you could make for Richmond Carlton, when Richmond were just always getting the easy wins over Carlton in the opening round games. How do I think the Roos will go this year? I think they should escape bottom 4 this year for sure. Them and West Coast are looking like they might both do it in the same year. So Carlton not looking overly convincing, but they're moving the ball forward. Carroll has hit Evans. No. Comben, I think that was. Well done. I don't think they've won any fixture a lot recently. I don't think North have a... What's the longest streak North have over any club right now? I don't reckon they've had a 3-game winning streak against anyone currently. Actually, maybe Richmond. Perhaps the only team is Richmond. Jagger, their midfielders, Walsh even, they have very... well, Walsh has probably been the most of that lot that have seen the footy at least, but Cripps as well, he's on 5. They're just not finding the footy, which is hurting them. What's the contested possession differential? Let me have a look. North leading it by 3, but Carlton's game is literally winning the contested footy, so the fact that they're behind is not great for them. Slow quarter this has been overall, though, I have to say. How is that not... How the fuck has that not been paid 15? It's a good hit, though, from Sheasel. Sorry, from Simpkin. And Zerhart, oh, good fist. And they've done well to get it out the Blues. But they kick it straight to a North player in LDU. Oh, this is not been the prettiest contest so far. Very slow and methodical, and that's a Nick Newman. Was that? Oh no. Hewitt. Wow. That is embarrassing. Carlton have only laid 8 tackles, yet they're in front somehow. They can't win a game tackling. If that transfers over to the second half, that's 20 tackles in a freaking game. There's no way they're going to win with 20 tackles when the heat turns up a little bit. Because North aren't really playing the way they probably want to be playing this quarter at least. It's been a little bit boring. Oh, I'm never trustworthy when he has the footy, Luke McDonald. I'm never trustworthy. The one rare tackle that they make inside 50 is going to result in a goal. That's their second tackle all quarter. They'll kick this. And they lead by 10. I really almost want to put a bet on for them to choke a second half here. Gave them the wrong team. Luke McDonald, Aiden Core. They've got a lot of just campaigners that have been going on for a little longer than they should be. A little past their expiry date. So I think he's played 200 games for them as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a ball up for no try, but because it spills out without a hand pass or a kick, you get pinged. Really good tackle from Kemp. He was just too far from
What is Tom Powell doing in the chat? Should be worried about finding some of the footy at the game. There's still 4 minutes to go. There's no guarantee Carlton are going to lead at half-time still. I'm not sure what the commentators are making out as if it's a guarantee. Another tackle. See, this is what happens when you actually apply a bit of pressure, Carlton. You force stoppages, you win free kicks. 14-3 though, overall. It's a good kick. Now, where's Larky going to go? He's going to go long. Oh, good mark. He's got great hands, this Dersma. And the way he just flies for the footy as well. Well, in terms of all the Dersmas, he's the best at that for sure. Needs to finish though. And he does. So what pick was Dersma then in the draft? Because I've got so many like top 5, top 10 picks that are all mids. Obviously not really much of a mid anymore. So he was a pick 4. I've got like probably 5 or 6 though of those sort of talents that are like all like pick 1s, pick 2s, pick 4s, pick 5s. It's been an alright game of footy. Intriguing to see what happens in the second half especially though. But I probably would have liked to have seen Carlton lead by a little more to see if things change. And I almost feel like maybe their fans would like to see that as well. Although I'm not sure if they do after last week. There we go, Jagger Smith. Oh, they paid the advantage for whatever reason. And they're going to get a goal. Oh, was that free kick? I think that's in danger, that one. You just tip Carlton from form in general. Well, they don't have a lot of form. If you tip them from form in general this year, you'd be backing North Melbourne probably. But just I think last year was it, or was it 2023, where one of the years when this fixture occurred, everyone was actually really thinking North were a real red-hot crack and they lost by 80. They're not going to lose by 80 tonight. North have been better overall, I think, than Carlton. I'm still of the belief for that. But I just have some players and I just really question when they have the footy. They make a lot of stupid mistakes. No, I don't think that was a mark, that. I swear that was touched. Couldn't be a mark. How did you fucking want to claim that as a mark? Probably wasn't claiming it as a mark. Just tried to fool the umpire. Not going to get fooled over something like that. So a minute left in the quarter. North have only kicked the 5 goals. It sort of feels like they've kicked more than the 5 goals because it looks like whenever they go inside 50, they're more likely to score. Daniel. O'Sullivan. Nice speed. Wiedering has been strong in the... Oh, look at that. 4 North players. They should find something. Wardlaw, just go for... Oh, too slow. Maybe that just wasn't the handball, though. But I think he should have just taken the kick straight away. I don't think they're going to get a goal. I think it's going to be a bit too congested, or they'll get a free kick. 20 seconds to see what they can do here. Like the first quarters, Carlton haven't been behind at halftime all year. And they're going to stay in front. I think they end up losing the quarter, if I'm not mistaken, but they're going to stay in front by 3 points. I probably think it's Willem. Actually, yeah, Willem, then probably Zane, then Xavier, I would say. Willem's got the highest ceiling from what we've seen in the short sample size. So half-time, it's only 3 points, but probably want to be up by a bit more, Carlton, given their second half recent history. Haven't been overly convincing. It's been a weird sort of game. Should we yeah, I'd be happy to give another crack the quiz we did last night if you're on the stream. We are just trying to name as many players from the past, and we could pick either North Melbourne or Carlton, so someone can who would you guys rather have a crack at? It's probably going to be more difficult because I haven't got someone with me. I don't know if we've got as many people that have a great bank of knowledge that can think of some names from back in the past, but we could either go North or Carlton. I'm not streaming the next game. No, but I will be tomorrow. At least for the first game. But I think West Coast Sydney will be a good matchup as well. Might not be, though. Wonder if they're doing anything special for half-time for the Good Friday appeal game. Or if it's just going to be probably some sort of a giveaway they'll do. Or something like that. Been a pretty dead stream, though. Let me have a look at something real quick.
Motivation, you're looking for inspiration. Nick Newman provided a bit, and it's just part of what's been a great first half here. Are you feeling confident in them, Jason, or not?
And nothing's happening in the chat right now. I've got to make something happen. Well, let's do the quiz. I reckon we'll load it up because I enjoyed the Brisbane and Collingwood ones, and we'll get a little bit more action going. So let's go. What would be easier? Well, no one's giving any teams. Give us something. Carlton? Do we do Carlton or North? Obviously need to have the other broadcast on so we don't miss the second half because it's a battle right now at Marvel under the roof. Well, we'll see if that knowledge is going to equate to anything. I think Bombers will. Yeah. I think everyone's got Bombers to win the wooden spoon so far. I think they'd want to win this. The fans might want it to happen as well because it will see more change, and they need a really high draft pick as well. Can't do much finishing 13th and 14th and getting spuds that'll end up being like pick 10s because of all the other picks like the father sons and all that that'll get taken beforehand. All the bids. Where are the Carlton? One vote for Carlton, one vote for North. Just gonna do a little poll. Nah, I don't want people to spam it. I want like some more input as opposed to just one person spamming. So stop the spam.
He's at 19, Caleb Daniels 17. So the little marshals down back that they love to get the ball.
I will bring the two of them up, but we can't obviously do both of them right now. Where can I find recent plays? There's an option to do that. Are you surprised with how good Gold Coast have been to start the 2026 season? They've had 3 games against a Geelong side that was probably underdone. Although I'm not taking anything away from Gold Coast, they still look like. But I want to see him play like a really strong contender, especially not at their home ground. But I'm not surprised. Everyone probably saw Gold Coast being a team that were capable of that, which we've seen in 2026. And they played West Coast and Gold Coast the last 2 games. It's not a bit early to make the call. So more people are going Carlton. I had more votes were with North originally, but now more are with the Blues. So we'll go till the second half begins, because I don't reckon we're going to get to... we can try and maybe go to get like 80 players, but I'm not sure how good everyone in the chat are going to be at helping out. But I'm trying to find the right quiz. Every Carlton player since 2012, I believe it is. Well, Eagles aren't playing, mate. There's a reason why I picked the 2 teams that I'm actually currently watching a game of. Okay. Is the microphone... Yep, mic's on. Alright, so this gives us 25 minutes. We've got 156 names. That's 15 more than we had for Brisbane, and I believe 15 more than we had for Collingwood. So let's see how many we can get. I'm going to try and start with some of the names from back in the early 2000s. So like a Heat Scotland comes to mind. Carazzo. Oh, I forgot how to spell him. Andrew Carazzo. We'll go Kate Simpson. Andrew Walker. Canadian Carlton says we're going to blow this. More than likely so. More than likely so. And even with your first quarter and second, it hasn't been a very convincing start. Doherty. We want names from this era before we move to the later stages of the Carlton, of this Carlton chart. But at the moment, we've got nothing. No help, no input. People are silent as they want to be. So it looks like I'm going to have to do it all myself. Cruiser. Gibbs. Yeah, I mean, these are names I would have thrown out my backside anyways. Obviously, Judd would be another one of those names. Josh Kennedy. Oh, no, he didn't play in 2012. Played before that, and then moved to West Coast, so I can't really have him as one. Yeah, Nick, give us some names. We've done Judd. What are some other names from this era you can remember? Did Houlihan, Jeff Garlett. We got to pick up the pace. It's been a sort of a slow start. This isn't Kahoot, it's Sporkle. It's not how Kahoot works. I haven't got a Kahoot account that will be able to host many big quizzes. I can host the smaller ones, but the big ones, they cost a lot of money right now. They've upped their prices. Jared Waite was the name that was there. There's another one. I think it's Andrew Carazzo, but I don't know how to forgot how to spell his last name. 2 R's and 2 Z's. That's the 2004 name. Who started in 2002? Definitely would know the name, I just can't remember right now. Armfield was another one.
Prepares delicious new Bistro Bernays Angus.
Aaron Joseph's a good one. As long as people don't cheat, then we'll be set to get like a somewhat legitimate, respectable score. Kerno, David Ellard. Yeah, that's a good name. That's a very good name. Please win North. I still think they're big favourites to win it from here. I haven't looked at the odds or anything. They weren't before the game started, but I reckon now they would be. Carlton probably would have wanted to be up by like 5 or 6 goals, which they're not. David Gallagher. Only 21 names. We don't actually have to go the old ones. Just list names. Just list names from whatever era past 2012. So they can be current day plays, because I'm sure you probably have more of an idea on the current day plays. At least the chat that I'm seeing at the moment, the people who are in there. Tom Bell, Thomas. For Solo, didn't he play for Carlton and Collingwood, obviously? Cameron Wood, Boakhurst, Bootsma. Is that his spell? Is that Bootsma though? I know that would be a name. I think that's 2012. Played 14 games. Colt figure. Still lots of names on the board. Let's go like Dan Gorringe played for them, didn't he? I'm surprised no one's gone for him. Mackay. Obviously Kerno. Oh, we've done Ed, so we can't do him again. Brock McLean. Laidler. Any like former players that used to play for Carlton that play for another club now? Because remember, we've got 156. There's like quite a lot more, because Carlton are a team that typically do recruit lots of players from other teams that kind of don't really get anywhere. Meredith with a 35-month member milestone. We've done Dale Thomas with the correct spelling, not with the spelling without the H. Simon White.
Needs a little love. Needs a lot of love. Refinance? Go for
We
it.
got Will White. Did they give us Simon White? I can't remember how many. 87 games. There you go. My memory doesn't go far back enough to remember what he's done significantly enough. Let's go Cripps. We haven't done Cripps. We haven't done Wiedering. Yep, DeConey's still on the board. Silvani's obviously still on the board. Jed Lamb, yep. Levi Casbolt. Who else? Gibbons. Plowman. Sard. Williams. Boyd. Kemp. Want to offer for my Rainbow 67. It's alright, mate. You can keep it. Pick it. Do you think Voss will get sacked as coach of it? No, he probably won't. Probably wait. Probably will make more of a decision from a game like that, but they'll probably wait till the bye around that period. I feel like sacking your coach after round 4, round 5, probably going to be a worse idea than just letting him play out the next 5-10 games to see something. But they probably already have other coaches that they're looking at the moment up their sleeve. Jones, Meredith. That's an umpire, mate. Oh no, where did I get the name Meredith? Oh, I read Meredith Jones. Simon Meredith, I thought, what? Jason Tutt. Do you reckon you get any of these 2015 names that played a handful? If anyone can, it'll be Nick. So this is sort of maybe numbing his mind and think of another second half fade out for the Blues here in this second half. But we've got so many current day players to do, so we might as well just do them. Ainsworth. Reedy. One game. Dirksen. Oh, he probably won't count because he's playing today. That's not going to update that. Taylor Byrne as well. Florent. Chesser. Jagger Smith. Charlie Dean. Oh, Harry Dean, sorry. Rassick Brothers, what's going on? Good to see you tuning in. What have you made of the first half so far? if you've been watching. Jack. Yeah, Durden. Motlop. All right, all of a sudden we've sort of raced to 66. Still so many more gettable names though. We've done Hollands, I think, haven't we? We've done if we do one Smith, we'll get all Smiths, so it wouldn't be Smith. Everett. Andres Everett. I think he used to also play for Sydney, right? I think. Maybe not. I believe though he did. 2017, 107 games. Did we do Silvani? Yeah, we did. Oh, actually, Stocker. Why not just go plays other players that used to play for Carlton, like Carroll, Dow. Who else? Did I do Marchbank? Has anyone... Plowman? I think we've done him. Hampson. Yeah, Nunes and Akers. There are other players that... Well, Akers still obviously plays. Not today, though. I don't really know why he's not getting a game. It's because of the recruits in like Ainsworth and Florent and Hayward probably keeping him out the side. 2020. Tui. Henderson. Surely we can get this player from 2005. 218 games. Did Satano help? No, it probably was a bit earlier than that. Liam Jones. We've done Jones. We've done Boyd. We've done Boyd, Jones. James Rosa name it just sprung to mind there. Pretty sloppy game, but hopefully close. Reckon the Blues by 10. Blues by 10. I don't really care for if the Blues win for my tip's sake, but I reckon if this game played out another half for the way we saw the first half, it's North that get up by a couple of goals, maybe 2 or 3 goals. So I'll say North by 15 points. But they have to address those second halves. It might not be as bad as last week, hopefully, but I'm going to go North by 15 from here. Livingston. Where are you getting these names from? I'm going to just look it up on Google. Luke Livingston. Oh, yeah. He played kind of a bit before the time period that we need. I'm from Mexico. Mexico? How did you get into AFL living in Mexico? Because I've got my mum's from Mexico. I'm new to the AFL, so my question is if Carlton are going to be failed on the second half. I want you to answer the question actually before I didn't really understand what you meant by that. Josh Kennedy also played before 2012. Batson and Fleming. Mate, I don't think you're giving me names that played in this period. I haven't even heard of half of these names.
That's how you keep it tender and juicy.
Whole 100% Aussie lamb leg roast, whole or half, is just $13 a kilo.
I said like we've got multiple names that are on the table of players that are probably playing in this game. So Haynes, and I don't even think anyone's done Walsh. Come on. Sports betting. I like to try and bet on exotic sports. So you didn't have anyone from Australia get into, like, help you get into the sport or anything like that? You didn't find, like, you don't have you what? Do you even watch the games, or you just you just watch them if you do because of sports betting? I find that quite intriguing, to be honest. Nick Larkey bets. Will White. I think we've done Will White. Now the Blues players are back out on the ground warming up. So have we done Newman? We haven't even done players that are still playing today, which is pretty disappointing. I've got to get 708. I've got like a burrito I haven't finished from for lunch, so I'm lacking energy right now to get me going through this second half. We're probably going to need that if it opens up in the second half. Are you sure you don't want to offer for my? What am I going to offer? I don't have anything to offer it for. I'm not really looking at that at all. Dan Gorringe. I did Dan Gorringe. What about Dylan Buckley? That's all they're going to talk about at the moment at halftime. They'll be like, "Oh, Carlton, what are they going to do to, ensure a repeat from last week doesn't happen?" All of that stuff. Sean Grigg, I don't think played before 2012. Obviously, these names made their debut before 2012, but they were still playing for the club past 2012. Just start a bit early. Andrew Phillips, I think that should be a name that'll get us a point. Well, we can pause this and go back to it at 3/4 time and try and get 100 and maybe just reset our merits and all that. But at the moment, we've got the second half of footy to get stuck into, and we'll see what happens to both sides. So let's get into the third quarter. Put the headphones back on. Cowan's another name. If you don't offer for my 60, I don't even think that's the same account from beforehand. So mate, you're just being fucking a fuckwit.
In fact, goes as long as he possibly can to Mackay. Comben did what he had to. Davies Uniacke, Parker could have been trouble for Comben. Good pressure.
Cheers, ABC Network.
Handball pretty much to Mr. Nobody. Kemp was.
All right, I'm gonna sort out these accounts now. I reckon. I've had the. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. Oh yeah, I will. All right, sorting these accounts out. Kind of being a lead and only giving them the 30 minutes. If they come back for whatever reason, then I guess we'll just have to sort them out for longer. I'm not sure how Cripps ended up with a free kick there. He didn't really do much. He wasn't the only one to get the tackle, but we'll see. We'll see if he can get this. He's not a great set shot. Cripps from 50. It's just never looking likely, ever.
Was just a chance underneath momentarily. She's all hit by everything once it arrived.
Nah, don't worry. I've got to obviously time them out. Otherwise, they'd just still be on the stream, putting in their messages. I think you can block them, but that just stops you from being able to see what they have to say. It doesn't really do heaps. Mackay. There you go. The Blues kick the first goal in the second half. That's a surprise. That's a little bit of a surprise. Freo or Adelaide? I'll go Adelaide. Not with a whole deal of confidence, but I'll go Adelaide.
It's a great observation, Gaz.
You don't have to take 8 marks. You don't have to kick 3 goals. You can all lay a tackle and put some immense pressure on.
I'll say one thing with Mackay. He's actually capable more than I probably would have said Curnow at kicking goals from ground level. Like he crumbed that quite well.
Blues fans will be thrilled to see a couple of their big guns getting involved. Cripps with a couple of possessions early, not necessarily pretty ones, but then Mackay getting on the end of it, kicking a goal.
You had the list of shame, which stretches 13 and 14 from last week in second half tackles. Davies Uniacke gets right back to work. Daniel.
Just a bit too easy for North Melbourne. Sheasel Drop mark.
Control it this time. Powell eked it out the side. Gathered by
Hollins and
Hollins.
Evans.
And just
And I think that's out in the full. It wouldn't matter anyways. It would have been a free kick, even if it bounced.
Well, there were double figures players that hadn't laid a tackle at all for Carlton in the game. So it was a glaring.
Yeah, what's the tackle count at now? It's probably got a little bit better. At one stage, they were at 8 tackles almost at halftime.
a little too far out still.
I need some graphics. I recently got OBS and I want to stream free games. I haven't read my emails this week, to be honest. But I could help you out with that a little bit. With the graphic side of things. Not sure what you design them on though. If you design your own. Good luck getting the mark there. That's... I reckon that's ball. Just fell onto it. Yeah, why are people stating the obvious on Kerno? Simpkin goes front and centre. Mackay handballs it out. He's just playing anywhere he wants right now, Mackay, but it's sort of working. He's been all right. Ainsworth goes backwards. Mate, I'm starving. I should just finish this burrito. I don't know what I'm doing not eating it. Absolutely fucking starving. Yeah, I'm sure that Sheldon guy already knew that he was traded though. I'm just saying I don't even know why he stayed in the first place. Did he expect him to still be playing today or something? I'm finishing this burrito.
Forced to go to a contest. McGovern fell behind. Pink gave away the free kick as a result.
So that's the issue. When that ball went, there was 4 North Melbourne players who were just down the line. So, okay, if you're going to move it, but move it quickly.
I was going to have it after the stream, but I'm like, nah. I need to have it now. Sometimes when I'm streaming and I'm like really hungry, it's hard for me to concentrate because I'm just like, all I can think about is getting something to eat. It's not homemade. It was a just from Zambrero. One of the real big ones because I saw it was open on the way to getting a haircut, and then the place, whatever reason, said on the website it was open. It wasn't. I'm like, fuck's sakes. I got that. I finished like 70% of it. Because I'm probably going to go out later. Well, I am going out later tonight, so I want to have something before I go. I'm probably going to have something on top of that. So, yeah, it's all right. It's good burrito, but it's a bit cold now. It's been sitting there for a couple hours, and I didn't really want to microwave because it gets shit if I do that. No, I'm a fan of Zambrero, to be honest, mate. So I'm not going to take any. I'm not going to be taking any Zambrero slander. Thank you very much. I'd admit though it's a lot nicer, fresher, but it's still food. Mate, can North Melbourne not look like they're freaking running on bloody cinder blocks? Like, fuck me dead. So Carlton now lead it by 15 points, I think it is. And maybe this second half fade out is a non-issue anymore. You can't really make that call though, even if they win this game by 40 points, because we've seen it happen so often. But it's definitely more promising signs. Yes, I like their chips. I actually tried the chips. They had chips as well. I didn't know they had chips at Zambrero. I think it's new. Not going to have them again. They're no good. Tastes more like chips you get in an air fryer. Pretty average. So not going to do that again. Most likely not. And it wasn't like I got a good deal on them. I'm like, we'll give it a go. The chips are good. The spices they put on it. But yeah, no, I don't mind Zambrero. I'd probably say it's the best burrito at least place. But I think overall, you get more value out of Guzman. So even though North Melbourne are down by 15 points, I don't think they're certainly not down and out yet. But at the moment, they're really looking shaky.
Daniel trying to find the way through. Did sufficiently well to work a kick down the line. Now, how does that end up? Dersma gets hold of it.
Does Charlie Common just try and do a little bit too much? Because some weeks he does look like he's really good. I wonder what the fan base thinks of him, to be honest. But it's a good point you make there at AFL 18.
14 tackles they've laid in this third quarter already, the Carlton Footy Club. They had in the first half, they laid 6 in the second quarter, so don't say that's not a focus.
Holy shit. They've already laid 14 tackles in this quarter. They've doubled their tackle count in like 8 minutes. Caleb Daniel's seen a lot of the footy, but he's just not great with the footy. He never has been at North Melbourne, at least not when he's coming off half back. They're just not damaging enough, his kicks. He's had, what, like 14 kicks, 8 handballs. I'd like to know his efficiency. He doesn't hurt you as much as some of the other players, but I say that he's still been probably one of their better players. This is better. Don't fumble the footy there and get rid of it, Wardlaw. He does. McKercher. Very, very just composed with his possession. Like that was a nice kick. Finds Dersma, and I think he's kicked one already, hasn't he? Took that mark in the goal square. I find that all of them taste the same no matter what I get. Well, what do you normally like? What fillings do you normally get in your burritos? Like, what's your like go-to? Because I'm not a massive beans fan. Like, I don't really have beans in them, or even guac, to be honest. But I like the pulled pork ones normally. Put a bit of cheese in and some jalapeno. But it's gotten really flat now. It's like sort of like a pancake. It's just been squashed. Another one, he's going to give away a 50-metre penalty. Common's going to cost them a third goal. Maybe, though. Walsh, I'm not 100% sure if he's going to convert here. I still reckon that's harsh, though. Like, it's a brain fade, but, like, you've got a million things racing through your mind at that time. Like, obviously, you didn't intend to give away a 50 there, so I sort of feel bad. He's kicked it. I'm actually glad. They're up by 20, but I'm actually glad. Get more of a lead, and then see what happens when North finally respond to see if they're still going to be strong enough mentally to not fade away like they've done so often. So what's the margin now? I think it's... Well, I think North got a point there that I missed, so it's 20 points. I like GYG more. I just think overall there's just a lot more variety with it, and using the app you can get some more discounts, and you got breakfast options and all that. So yeah, in that aspect I don't mind it. I think it's a good option, and there's one local emitter as well, but I haven't had it in a while. Just because I don't eat it out as much as Does I need to? What's happened there? I feel like there have been a lot of these calls that have been made. 50-metre penalties, downfield calls. There wasn't any need to do that. Why would you do that? What's the point? That's not going to make any effect on the kicker. If anything, it will just literally be a free kick, and he should know that.
That's a really good point too, Jace. Expending more energy. North call on their captain.
That's just a dumb goal to give away. Like, you've got momentum, and you just give away the momentum just like that.
It's back to 14. So the last thing you want to do when you've got your foot on the throat of the opposition is gift them something like that, Gav.
No, it's a really good point. But I love your other point as well. You can
Sorry.
people up.
Yeah, that was fucking silly. Did they suspend him for that? He won't get weeks, but
It's a bit forced. And now we've had 2 goals given away from Will Haywood, who was
the coach isn't telling him to, like, he's probably telling him to
There's little spot fires everywhere. And this
obviously be harder at the footy and all that, but not like that.
is attached to this. And you've got to play like your life depends
Oh, I
on it.
couldn't remember if he did that to O'Sullivan earlier, but I mean,
Got a response.
probably it wouldn't surprise me if he still got it in his game. Doesn't learn.
Got to put doubt in the minds of Carlton.
Look at that, forward to forward.
So it just gets a little bit more intriguing now. Margin's 14 points. Walsh with the clearance. Takes a bounce. Gets pushed. Brody Kemp. Great pickup. Goes the kick. From 40. What a kick and finish. Misses. Never mind. Crowd got up early.
Beats the Blues fans. Took the post on the way through. Second time he's hit the woodwork, Kemp, today.
Oh, I think it's only WA then. That answers my question. So you haven't got any way of watching this game, Jaden?
Wasn't convinced by any of the offers.
I thought it was on 7 mate in WA.
Gee, that is clever. You've got a lot of faith in an option
If you've
opening
got
up, haven't you?
no access to like Fox Footy or anything like that.
Sheasel now. What's he confronted with? Plenty of Carlton bodies in his line.
Sheasel's just finding a little bit more of it, but
Goes to the centre and says,
still
"You're not
probably
gonna
not
put
what
the corridor."
I would have hoped for heading into the game
Stewart, Wardlaw
as a
out.
vice captain. No free kick there.
Play maybe blindside. Trembath gets it back to Zerha.
Zerha just kicks it at
For an eternity.
high. Good luck finding that. Good one there, Dirksen.
He's the one that's taken the physical challenge up. He needs a couple to go with him here.
Kicks it into the middle of the ground.
By that, into the middle to Florent. He wanted to give,
Florent
wanted to give. He still
plays on.
by foot in the end. And
Goes down to the wing.
lateral kick to Ollie Hollands.
And Ollie Hollands takes a bounce. He could take another if he wants. He's got space.
Carlton deep to half forward to Mackay.
Mackay. Common.
Carroll just lost
He's just playing with a
effort from Coleman.
almost an unnecessary amount of aggression there. Almost gave away another free kick. Good work there though for O'Sullivan. Kicks it into the middle.
Opportunity through the middle.
And Wardlaw will find it.
Back on his feet. North
He decides he'll play on instead. And he should find the mark in Darling. Good work Wiedering though.
now on the ground. Florent
And Florent
by Larky. He knew it too.
has made a number of ball use errors in this game already.
Is immense. Carlton under all
And as a result, it's going to be a ball up. So North did well there to lock it in. They did very well to lock it in. 7 mate has porn stars. Mate, does that show still air? Like, I thought that show was canned.
And all of a sudden it's North who've turned up the wick pressure.
As if they still have that on over the freaking footy. What reason will they have against that? I know they'll have the free over the Adelaide game on free to air, but fucking hell.
Superb early. And now Alistair Clarkson sitting going, what have my boys got? Have they got
I've answered. I literally, unless you've got like a short-term memory problem, I literally said
The whole football world
3 times I'm streaming this game and only this game because I've got something on after tonight. And you I think you asked me that question, mate.
Georgie Hewitt?
You keep doing it on every stream.
as he plugs his way back to his best form.
This is where you'll find out about players on your list here. Because there's heat in the game and there's a game to be won.
Chera was told to switch, followed his instructions. Newman, 33-year-olds.
There'd be a lot of tension in the air, I feel like, in Marvel right now with a lot of these Carlton fans. Like, just the uncertainty of knowing what's going to happen in the next quarter and a half.
One-on-ones everywhere.
Will they
here.
finally...
Got Wiedering if he wants to go back.
Will they finally impress in a late game situation, or will it just all come to crumble down again?
Elijah Hollands with it again. He's some of the relentless pressure which has been holding for the last 10 or 12
That's
minutes.
a little better from Carlton. They're finally getting something happening.
Ollie Hollands takes what's on offer.
Just got to hit all these kicks. One fuck up could really cost them.
No obvious way to the 50, so the Blues are happy to be patient.
And this bloody forward 50 though is really congested, it looks like. So was this the right call? I mean, they retained possession. Smith. How many Smith got? He's got 10 disposals. I did say before the game, someone asked me how many he'd have. I said probably only like 20 odd. Probably won't even get to that mark. Mackay takes the mark on Combin. Not having a great quarter. And I'll tell you what, if they lead this by 21 points, with 3 out of 4 goals in this third quarter, they'd have a lot more belief than what they would have at halftime.
And so Harry Mackay for his second of the term. Not to be.
Not the worst approach.
Achilles heel, isn't it? The opportunities when you're on top and you really want to open up a margin.
16-point margin.
You've got to be able to finish. 1-2 for Harry, who's kicked 4 and 5.
Caleb Daniel is just absolutely racking it up.
Missed last year. Charlie Curnow these days.
He's had 10 marks already, 23 disposals, 100 fantasy points.
Caught to the wing. Blamires made an impression in his first year.
All right, let me end this poll. I'll do a new poll at 3/4 time. Oh, it's going to be a free goal here. If they can not screw this up. Dersma. Oh my God. He's had his opportunities. Dersma and a few other North Melbourne forwards up there. 6 goals, 9. How do they get so free at the back though? It's a lot better. It's a lot better this third quarter from Carlton. They've definitely addressed a few things. For starters, pressure is... I mean, there was no pressure in the first half. It's gone through the roof in the second half early on, but I'm still not 100% sure. North Melbourne still have, I'm sure, some more to give. But at the moment, Carlton are looking okay. Not anything amazing, but they're looking a lot better than last week in the second half. And that's better. So Ainsworth will find a shot inside 50 from the 40 out. It's a good hit as well. I think he's one of their better ball movement, the ball user, I should say, Elijah Hollins. Oh, I've answered your question already on that, mate. I've already answered it. Yes, I know Riles Macker. He's a good lad. And just could not lift to the occasion with that. This is what's going to happen. They're going to keep missing. Then North will kick a couple goals. They'll get nervous. They'll shit the bed.
Parker to O'Sullivan. Possession 15 coming up.
Yeah, if you're going to check side it, yeah, you need to make sure you finish.
Well spotted.
I'm sure he's not going to do that again. Blamires getting a few extra disposals, which is nice to see. Oh, Luke McDonald playing like an absolute weapon in the midfield there. Sheasel plays on. Short ball. And there's Dersma. He's not going to check side it here, is he? Oh, well, he almost played on. He'll get the free kick and he'll get the 50-minute penalty. Well, that's a bit stiff. I don't really like that. If that was against like St Kilda, I'd be absolutely fuming. Fuming, I tell you. But he probably still would have kicked that goal anyways. Only 20 metres out when he took that mark. I know, it's still only 10-point margin though. So, I mean, for all of the hard work the Blues have done, they probably haven't done as much as they probably would have liked to just be up by a little bit more. We'll see though. There's still 6 minutes to go. We'll see what North Melbourne can do though. When they play this sort of top, footy, it's quite exciting to watch. Makes up for the Walsh one. Yeah, but Walsh didn't get the goal. Oh no, it did. Never mind. That was Cripps. I was thinking the wrong one. Well, even Stevens then 51-61. 3:45. Hollands again.
Ollie's had 10. Elijah's had 7 in the quarter.
He's kicked a goal as well. A couple of really critical possessions, contested possessions going forward as well.
Ollie working the far side.
It's just a little bit stiff though, even if he technically didn't go off the mark. Like the umpire could have been a little bit more lenient and just been like, fair enough, we'll let you just, because they don't pay that all the time. And to do it in a critical spot like that in front of goal, where it basically turned to a certain goal at the end. Oh, probably couldn't afford that. What's happened here? I think it's a free kick to the Blues. So the game's heating up a little bit. It's become a bit quicker. Both sides are wanting to take the corridor. McGovern tries to go up. Lemires is getting a little bit more into the game. That was Stevens, but they look quite similar. Because obviously you don't spell him like that. R-I-L-E-S. Trembath free kick. Yeah, Lewis Young's got a bit of a temper going on. Although, in all honesty, I probably would have been the same if I was on the footy field and they were giving away free kicks that shouldn't have been there. Zerha. One-on-one on Curtis. Newman's done well, but I think it might still end up in a North Melbourne opportunity. That's not a very good kick at all. They had more numbers. What was the kick? Oh, this umpiring has gone against Carlton. It's like they've got a bet on North Melbourne to win this game. Just some of these calls you probably wouldn't expect to be paid are going against Carlton's way. Where's Zerha? There he is. Not 15, that won't be. Stevens. No, that's Wiederings. That's not the kick. Not the kick.
It's inches at the moment. Yeah. Inches.
Every contest just has so much resting on it. Newman can find
51-61. Next goal is massive. If the Blues go into the main break or the three-quarter time break by 16, I don't know. It's almost looking really unlikely for North to come back from that. Just knowing North Melbourne, they're not a very fast finishing side. Nice from Hollands. Once again, just been really important in this quarter. Ainsworth. Who's there? Up in the flights. Oh, Mackay couldn't find it. Burn. I like his aggressive nature at the contest. How many Saints can be going to 26? Most of the Melbourne games. I don't know how many that's going to be. Jagger Smith! Jagger Smith puts it through. The Blues lead by 16 points on the eve of three-quarter time. Fortunate there, Jagger Smith gets his first goal. But for the most part, he's been quiet compared to what he's produced in the first 3 games. Can't pay that deliberate. Well, they get one back then, the Blues. They say fuck you to the umpires. But yeah, Patrick Cripps definitely set that one up. He's been a lot more of an importance in this game in this third quarter. I don't know what his stats are for this third, but he's just that bull in that midfield. Yeah, he's definitely seen a lot more of the footy in this third quarter. I think he's had 7 disposals, a couple of tackles. Cripps there again. Hewitt. Do the Blues have one more left in them? It's Mackay on 3 North Melbourne plays, and he just clunked it. If he kicks this, it's 22 points. But there is still lots of pressure on them to get the job done in the last.
The game started to tighten up and they've gone bang, bang in the last minute and a half of this third quarter. This is a surge from the Blues.
I think this is for 6 goals as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Just saying what everyone's thinking.
Paddy Cripps dribble kick out of the middle. Now a man who's had some goal kicking yips.
Do you have the nerve?
Look at Skipper. I keep showing him on the big screen. Has he got it? Yes, he has. Look at them get around Mackay. They absolutely know what this means. Such an important kick. And my fucking internet is fucked up there. I think we're back though. 3/4 time and the Blues lead it by 22 points. Let's jump to live. Jeez, I don't know now. I don't know now. Carlton really turned it on in that third quarter. That was the best I've seen them play. Probably, well, all game. Probably since the first quarter of the Melbourne game, which was their only good quarter. And I still think we have a game on our hands, though. Come on, North, for this last quarter. It'd be so funny if the Blues choke another big lead late into the game. Let's resume the quiz we were doing in the halftime break.
And that price? You could probably get something for
because
yourself. That's what I'm thinking. For every day.
There were names that were very gettable that we haven't been able to pull off yet. So let's try and get to the 100. Obviously, most of the big ones have been named, but I don't think we did Cowan. Farrell either. O'Brien, I think, was another one. You like my headphones? They're really not anything special. They're just some relatively standard audio techno ones from JB Hi-Fi. Carlton is a joke of a club. This should be a lost game. Lost game? What do you mean by lost game? You saying that the Blues should have already wrapped it up earlier enough, or are you saying that North should be? Sheasel and McKercher for 25 disposals. I don't know what Sheasel's at. Anyways, what are some Carlton names that we can get ticked off here on 87? I'm thinking of a player that we could get here that's played 107 games in 2017. Kane Ackland. I don't think he played that long ago though. Well, like that recently, I should say. He played for the Saints. Didn't play during 2012. These are players that have all played for the Blues from 2012 onwards. If you've got some names, comment to me what AFL team should I do for my AFL 26 YouTube video. Why am I the one making the big decisions for you, mate? I don't know. I try and get the Saints a flag. I think that's a good mission. Not easy, but it'd be sweet if it ends up happening. 18 and 22. Well, you'd expect they both rack up 25. Depends, I guess, on how the last quarter goes. But even then, I'd still probably say they do get the 25. You'd want McKercher to have a massive last quarter. O'Sullivan, those sort of names. Wardlaw. All right, let me lock in and try and get to 100. O'Keefe. Have we done O'Keefe? Lord.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton dry 3.5. Embrace the mid. I'm snapping nice.
Oh, I don't really know what you're on about, Andrew.
You're watching Good Friday Footy on
Pat
Fox.
Kerr.
Brought to you by Steel Blue Work Boots. Established in comfort.
Who is Pat Kerr? Yeah, the Camporelli brothers. Yeah, nice. Well, Ben hasn't played a game yet. I'm not sure when either of the two are going to get back on the park and play some footy. What game is it? Oh, it's just a Sporkle quiz. Just trying to get some of these Carlton player names. but it doesn't feel like we're getting as much help as we did last night, which is okay, I guess. I'm trying to see if I can get a few more of these names, especially the current day names, which are gettable. Will, I might just get rid of you in the stream, mate. You're just making no sense, and I think you're just being a bit of a dickhead now. Darcy Lang. Yep. Have we done Fogarty? No, we haven't even done Lockie Fogarty. No. 91. Let's get 100 before the end of the third quarter. I don't think anyone's ever has done Francis Evans. Fantasia played for the Blues for a little bit. Owies. There we go. There's 4 names just like that. Billy Wilson. Those names have already been put in the chat there, mate. Carlton and North will each have 2 wins, 2 losses. Well, that's if Carlton get the win, yes. But I'm not sure if each respective club will be too happy with a record of 2-2, given their pretty easy start. I'd say Carlton will just be relieved after last week. I've watched you for a lit. I didn't know who. Well, I don't know. With all these other accounts saying other things, I'm just feeling like you're grouped into those sort of accounts. If you're not trying to be a dickhead, I'm not going to time you out or anything. But I don't even know what you meant by Will Kerr, Rolls Macca. Rolls Macca is a content creator at the moment who does weekly footy tips, reviews, streams, all of that stuff. Big Sydney fan. I've got no idea who Will Kerr is, and whoever suggested that, if that was a former player or not, if we've already put him in as a name, I don't know. But anyways, let's get back to the third quarter, or the last quarter now. We've got a 22-point margin, and Dersma goes for a specky to start the quarter. Larky, and there we go. 15 seconds into the final term. Wiedering's not looking great, and Trembath can go back and... Yeah, we'll take a breath and just quickly reset the time up. He can go back and reduce the margin to 16 points. It'll be a dream start for North. Could it happen again here for Carlton? Why are we getting so many knees to the back of the head during specky attempts? There's not a lot you can do about that, but it's just unfortunate. Why do you support Rolls Macca? Well, alright, what do you have against Rolls Macca then? You said you don't know who he is. He's just someone that makes pretty high quality, entertaining content, and he's a good bloke from the interactions I've had with him. You know, he gets on board the stuff that I do, and I've done videos with him, and he likewise with himself, which is why I don't understand what you're trying to say. So 53 fantasy points, Sheasel. It's a waste of a vice captaincy, to be honest. You're just being annoying by constantly asking if I'm being rude. Like, just limit the spam. It's not that difficult. And if I've answered a question, then I've answered a question. You don't need to keep asking it 15 more times.
Just check on his well-being. There was nothing malicious, no intent about it. It was, it's just one of those things that happens in the contact game. So it's thunder and blood.
That's a good point. He does always doesn't always seem switched on with the way his just whole facial structure looks and some of his body movements. But I'm gonna say he's not going to get back out on the ground. You would think.
Multiple goals, though, as we've seen in his league career. From Blackburn to the main stage on a Good Friday. Blackburn have played in the
Trembath gets the opportunity now to kick his second goal, but more importantly, kick North first in this last. And start the comeback. There we go. North cut the margin to 16 points. Still 16 points though, but the fact that they get the first goal so early on, I think that's exactly what Melbourne did, if I'm not mistaken.
They were such telling blows to Jagger Smith and the Mackay and the Siren. Got it out to 22 points. You think a little bit of breathing space, but then significantly inside the first minute they pull one back. Cripps was huge in the third.
Well, when Dersma went up for the mark, he kneed Wiedering the back of his head, and he didn't look good off that contact. And I think he's probably, well, he get tested, and I think he might miss next week as well, and the rest of this game. So that definitely doesn't favour the Blues. Walsh, great clearance. And Blues get the free kick there. They just keep... I mean, yeah, that was a free kick probably, but there's just no fluency when there's always a whistle getting blown.
Yeah, they've all gone to pit net in the middle of the ground. Jace, to congratulate him. We'll have another look at that. If that was the perfect start...
Walsh, Motlop, O'Dwyer, Chincotta. I've done Walsh, Motlop, and Burn, but the Chincotta and O'Dwyer ones, yeah, I haven't done them, so we can put them in at the end if we keep going. Slot set. So they respond, the Blues. They respond, and I think I've got... Had the scores a little wrong there, but we've fixed it up. Well, that's good to know. Why did you have to tell me that Coast Club stream's lagging? Should Wiedering retire? Mate, what are you talking about? He's still probably their most important player. Let me finish my burrito. Because, I mean, when comments like that are put in my chat, I can't focus. His stream crashed and we can't enter. So his stream would have ended then if he can't enter the stream anymore. Well, welcome to this stream then. Come on, North. Batch, inside 50. Where's Larky? Oh, good stuff. Was that Cowan or Williams? I think that was Cowan. They just seem like they're up. They've got more energy right now in their game, the Blues, and just they're getting around everyone. It's probably not going to work for North Melbourne if they're just going to kick to two one-on-ones. Go Blamires. Oh, Smith with a smother. Cripps handballs it to Ainsworth. Jagger Smith getting more of the footy, but they haven't really been very damaging, his disposals. They keep getting swarmed with pressure. Yeah, the cherry out's going to cost them in the next 2 weeks as well. But for a game like this, do North have Richmond after the Brisbane game? So 2 teams without any ruckman. That's going to be weird in the middle. Who's there? Who is there for North Melbourne? Who's going to stand up? It could be a Dersma. He's looking... Oh, that's going to be going back. He is looking hot. Saying Dersma in the forward line. Just don't want to check side the ball from 15 out again, though. McKercher racks up another disposal.
Kicks a little longer. Larky and Dersma, primary targets. Florence.
There are lots of Carlton jumpers there. Oh, there's Dersma again. He's going to get it. Goal. Can you believe it? Why is no one on him? He's their most dangerous forward right now. Why was no one just right on him? And now he's running off to the bench. I never understand why that's the case. Was that... What was that from Pitternet? Pino just handballed it fucking to no one. Just handballed it straight to Dersma.
He knows exactly what to do at any given time. The kick out
Well, it wasn't obviously directing the handball there, but it just did not hit the target. I think he was going to Dirksen. G'day, Footy Flicks. Thanks for the 16 months. Jeez, that's a bad goal to give up, to be honest. Just like that one beforehand. I think the Hayward punch off the ball. Coleman Jones will get the free kick, and they're going quick. Stop showing the replay. Up inside 50. Larky. Quick hand. Zerha. Go the snap, mate. Go the... Oh, he's going to be taking too much time there. Took too long. Daniel. Well done. Oh, the footy's a little bit too hot to handle for some of these players. They just can't handle the pressure. Which is not giving me massive belief that they're going to be mature enough to get the comeback window. But they're playing Carlton, who still are providing lots of intensity. As the margin at the moment being 16 points. It was 22 at three-quarter time. Jagger Smith handballs it. Gets another disposal. Carroll, good rundown. Affects the kick. Kemp Ainsworth, backwards handball to the Walsh, but he slips over. He still picks it up. Walsh kicks it, smothered. McKercher been huge in this game, and Daniel holds it up. Curtis, not sure why he's playing down that end of the ground, and that should come back. No, it won't. Well, it still might. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that? LDU takes 2 bounces. He fucks it up. Oh, this game. There's a lot of desperation, but the skills certainly could be a little better. You cannot question the intent from the players. That's a free kick to North Melbourne, and Williams is telling the umpire to go fuck himself. Wow. 45 for North Melbourne. Is that Doverston? I tell you what, this last quarter has been quite entertaining, no matter how you want to look at it. And that's Zach Banks, who's played 5 games. Yeah, even if he went all the way to make the shot, I feel like he would have burnt himself out and missed it. So it seemed like he was just going to spray it out in the full, but it would have been a huge goal. Come on, Zach Banks. 50 out. Come on. Oh, I don't think that's going through. That's just hooked to the left. So 9 goals, 10, 12 goals, 7. Yeah, so Wiedering failed the test, so he's not going to be playing for the next week. As I expected, which obviously gives North Melbourne that advantage, and Carlton there to... Maybe they move Mackay down back. Jagger Smith gets the free kick. He'll really test the maturity of someone like Smith. What can he do? Oh, that should be a free kick, I reckon. No. Maybe not. You're way behind. No, I'm really not. I'm watching this on KO, so there's as far back behind as I might ever be. It would be 10 seconds or so. Why did no one go there for the ruck? Well, that was a weird throw up there. Darling just casually went at it like he wasn't even playing footy. Cripps. Ainsworth. Is that Kemp? It was. Kemp off the ground, and they're back in front by 21 points. And there's a bit of a fight breaking out. I don't know why. These two sides don't seem to like each other. And I just can't kick consecutive, the Kangaroos. I don't think they've kicked consecutive all quarter. Carlton keep finding the answers. I mean, the desperation's pretty strong, but I think that was Pink's man. And Kemp got goal side a little too quickly. And Toby Pink. I don't think any of these teams deserve the win. I don't think they've it's got nothing to do with lack of intent. They've showed desperation, both clubs. Carlton, if they win this from this position, they deserve the win. I mean, it shows that they're at least capable of playing this sort of footy, which will probably win against a decent amount of sides. It won't win you against the best. But North Melbourne probably looking a bit more dangerous when they go inside 50 due to the lack of weedering, I'd argue. Zerha, who will run out of legs a little bit quicker. Trenbarth marks it, and he can go back and line up for his third. Every time I watch this player play, he kicks 3 goals in a game. Yeah, I know that, Liam.
Instead of going through him, he went around him. He came from nowhere. He read it really well. He just thought he's going to get a pure fist on this. What a kick.
Doesn't miss it, this guy, from the games I've watched. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Trenbarth. Straight through the middle. Let's go. So the response that North Melbourne needed has been delivered. It's 15 points. But they need to kick another 1 or 2 goals in a row. It's not a bad game of footy, this, to be honest. It's probably the best Good Friday game I think I've ever watched between these two clubs. Well, that's what I'm saying. If Cherry was actually playing, this result could have looked a lot different.
In this last quarter, is that? Yep. 4-1 centre bounce. The one that they got was pure. It was the one from Walsh that ends up in the goal. Free kick, yeah.
It's a good point you make, though. Can Coleman Jones do something? Because Trenbarth is having to do all the work. Playing the ruck, kicking 3 goals. Walsh. Another centre clearance one by Carlton. They keep responding. There's always an answer for Carlton in this game. Jagger Smith. Jagger Smith. Daniel's been very good. Pink. I get really nervous for North Melbourne fans when they try to release the ball out of their defence because they've got players that just keep making dumb mistakes. Dumb players. Did well there, though. If Carlton somehow lose from here, it'll be an all-time choke. Mate, I don't know the meltdown levels that is going to come from a loss like this. I don't think I can just predict what it's going to be. It's just going to be absolutely just fucking dire straits sort of a stage for the Blues. But I don't know. At the moment, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, I'll be pumping up the Roos at the moment, which I have been the last couple of goals I've kicked. 15 points, 11-24. Yeah, speeds, runs for fun. What do you post on your channel? Speed runs? 6 goals already in this quarter. Umpires getting them across the line. I feel like the umpires have been bad for both teams this game. Well, they've just been paying probably more free kicks than they should be, but more have been there to be paid as well. Jesus, whoever can win the footy cleanly and just make some better decisions will be in such a better spot. Well, it's a very high-pressure game right now. Exciting. Chaos footy seems to be what's winning a lot of these inside 50s for North. Zerha, nope, out of bounds. 10:54. So it was 20. Was it 22? I think it was 22 at 3/4 time. It's 15 now. They haven't reduced the margin as much as they may have wanted to. Yeah, Trenbarth has been very good for North Melbourne, probably been one of their best players. Here we go. Common gets a free kick. He's given away a few in this game. Just going to go long down the line. Tall targets are wanting for North Melbourne. Darling. Struggled. Evans. It's just going to be a scrap. It's going to just find it really difficult to see any team scoring from a situation like this. Can I do a footy cab collab with you if I hit 1K subs? Yeah, I mean, how would a collab, like a virtual collab or an IRL one? I don't know where you're based. If you can hit 1,000, I don't know how far away you are to hit 1,000, but I'd consider it for sure. On break, but you're working Good Friday. I'd say that's stiff, but you'd be earning quite a bit actually, so you're probably not complaining. The TV doesn't work. Oh, on your oh yeah, for you at the break room, I assume. If Carlton kick the next here, I don't think North are gonna have enough in them to win. That's just what I reckon. So I think North Melbourne need a goal soon. It's too early to try and save the game for Carlton. Good kick. Cripps will mark that. Cripps has been better this second half. Like when Carlton are on, Cripps is on. When they're not, he's currently not been very influential. Good work, Parker. Parker's such an experienced player that sort of just providing that invaluable mentorship for the Roos since coming into the club. You never know, footy flicks. You say that. That's not going to damper his spirits. At least giving it a crack. Not sure how many he's got though. But I don't really think people are just going to subscribe just because you're telling them to. You've got to probably sell it a little bit more than just that. I got so lucky with my roster, 12 hours today and 12 on Easter Monday. So what time do you actually start your shift today? 12 hours, I mean, that's a lot of pay. For a public holiday, Zerha, how easy was that? How easy was that? Jagger Smith off the ground. You'd imagine he comes back on soon. You'd think you probably want, even though he's played 4 games, a player like that just in those crunch time moments. Zerha shouldn't miss it. And he'll cut the margin to 9 points. And North are coming. Couple in a row for the first time this quarter. And North are coming here. Carlton will start feeling a little bit nervous. That's a very specific time to start and finish. Is it? A lot of people in my streams that tell me where they work and all that, I should probably know. It's not Macca's, is it? I'm only saying that because not many establishments are open at on Good Friday, just in general. It's a public holiday, obviously, but Good Friday more so than other days. Of public holidays, more establishments are closed. Airport. Well, what do you do at the airport though? What's your position? Oh, Parker again. Oh, be careful. Be careful. Thank you for the membership. Thank you for the membership there. AFL Footy Explodes and Giovanni Batello. Would appreciate that. Low key want North to win even if it get. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about footy tips. I care way more about fantasy and Supercoach. Oh, where's the pressure? Who is on him? That's gone through! It's a goal, Myers! I think that's a goal. Please pay it. Please pay it. Please pay it. Come on. I mean, they're going to go upstairs anyway, so the correct call is going to be the one that will be made, but... Damn. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Williams, last line of defense, saves a certain goal. By the skin of his fingertips. But they are coming hard, the Roos. Michael, why is Michael Voss always on the bench? It feels like it never works because he just stands there with his arms crossed doing nothing half the time. I got a gold trophy in my first team coach packet. Bullshit, you got that, mate. Nah, good. If you did though, that's incredible because I mean they're like one in every 100 boxes. One in every like 3,600 packs, I think it is. Or it might even be more than that now. I'm confused. Is the game over? What suggests to believe that you think that the game's over? There's still 6.5 minutes to go. High footy. Oh, 2 plays went for 1 footy though. Could have been a mark there for North Melbourne. Darling handballs at Loopy handball. It's going to go over the line. 6 minutes 23 on the clock. I wonder if the energy is sapped out of Carlton yet. Because I feel like North Melbourne have definitely lifted in the last 5-10 minutes. Powell. Top of the square. Drenbath almost. Blamais tries again. He handballs it to Larky. I think that is Caleb Daniel. Not the greatest kick, but he finds Curtis. Paul Curtis. Look at the North fans go crazy. He's not been as damaging up forward. He's had a lot of time up in defence in this game, but you just know he's a good goal scorer. He's got a knack for it. Come on, Curtis. Missed it. Missed it. It's a 7-point game. It could be a draw. They get another point and a goal. Good Friday draw will be the first. Yeah, when Carlton are in these situations, they just go into their shell. It's not like against Richmond that was the case. They didn't really look like they want to attack, and right now they're looking to play the game slowly. You know what's going to happen. They're going to turn the ball over here. You'd think they would turn the ball over. If they get a goal, I think if they get one more, the Blues, I reckon that's enough for them to win it. 88% to 12% forward half North Melbourne's way. I think a free kick's going to be given North Melbourne against Walsh. It has not been a very high fantasy game as well. I've just had a look at the stats. All of my 4 players have scored under 80. Oh, there you go. Curtis again. Please, 3 more, Sheasel. He's on 22. He's had 22, but he's turned the ball over a few times, given away free kicks. Come on. From the 50. Had an opportunity earlier. Does he make the most of it? I think he has. The Roos are within a point. Here at Marvel on Good Friday. 1-point margin. Curtis with his second. And look at Michael Voss sitting there going, oh, not again. Fuck. Fucking just end me now if we lose. 1 point. 1-point margin. The weekly Carlton collapse. Well, it's the 3rd time consecutively. Yeah, Parker, you got to give credit to him. What a last quarter he's had, Luke Parker. 4 minutes left to go, Finn. 4 minutes left to go. A fascinating game of footy this has been under the roof at Marvel. 5 goals to 2. They are the worst last quarter side in the competition. LDU with a bounce. Steals it away. He could go for home. He gives it over the top to Sheasel. Back to LDU. This could be goal of the year. LDU has kicked nothing. Darling decides to elect the ball to be punched back in play for some reason. Could that be a big moment in the game? Sheasel books and goes from 45. Yes! Yes, he's kicked it! North are in front. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Well, I mean, yes, you can, because Carlton do this every week. Far out. Ho, ho, ho. Now the pressure is well and truly back on the Blues. They've got to kick one, at least one more. I mean, I tell you what, Darling did really well. I know I thought maybe that was a bit of a interesting call, but it worked in their favour and they got a goal. And Sheasel. What a finish. Bork, was that Hollands? Sells the candy and fucking just sets off Marvel Stadium. Look at that. Mate, they're going to lose it again. They're going to lose it again. No way. They're going to do it again. Nah, 3-16 though. Got to be level-headed at the moment. Jagger Smith probably could have gone for home there. Ainsworth. Oh, Combin. Oh, been shaky today. But I tell you what, they have it inside their 50, which is a surprise. They'll give themselves a crack. I actually think they're going to find a goal here. I think they're going to find something. Might be a Frankie Evans masterclass right here from the stoppage. I'm calling it early. Frankie Evans roves the pack, crumbs it, and sets off Marvel Stadium once again. My big call's fucked. I said they'd win this second half. Daniels, I mean, Parker's been huge. All of their recruits have been huge, the Roos. That could have been ball. Oh, he's paid it a high tackle. And that was high, in fairness. Although he did try to duck into it. But, I mean, he got himself high. But that's a bit harsh. Very harsh. What do I say about Frankie Evans, though? Not quite a roving the pack type goal this is going to be. But this is a huge one for Carlton, so he misses it to the left. Perhaps all it was deserved. This is the best Good Friday game you're ever going to get. It's all made it worth it in the end. Carlton win dye my hair. No, I'm not Dan Gorringe. If this is a skilled game, maybe. What's the deal with a 6-7 sign on the clock? On the board, I should say. Better not choke this now, says Luke. Surprised you're not at the game. Might be. Come on. Newman with the weird helicopter sort of ball. Great pickup. Frankie Evans. Oh, smother. Wardlaw, what a smother. Mate, they're playing for the club, North Melbourne.
You've got to be so careful not to give away a free kick. Look at the diving smother.
Still don't know if that would have been a goal, but it's a really good effort. Dirksen, that's out in the full. A minute 37.
At critical moments, he has done some really clever things.
So they've got good protection in behind the footy here now, North Melbourne.
More critical moments to come. Stevens up
Should be a long kick down the wing.
Flight in the air from Young, and there's Dirksen whacking away with Darling
So
again.
there's 1:28 on the clock now.
The clock in the ears of both coaches.
34 minutes have been played in this last quarter as well.
Still a chance for someone to be a hero in the last 90 seconds here. Darling steps up the right.
One more goal for North will certainly call it over for the Blues. Jagger Smith, great finish with a kick. Mackay. Oh, that was pretty well done from Core, but the Blues are going to get a chance again. Great smother. Smothering galore for the Blues. Or for the Roos, I should say. This has Carlton kick after siren written all over it and they miss it. No one's on Smith. Cripps. Another tackle from Wardlaw. Dirksen. It'll come back inside, I reckon. They're going to have another inside 50, the Blues. They've got the numbers. Smith. Brutal tackle. Dersma. Check sides that there's no one there. It's going to come back. How's the composure? Oh, shocking composure. Terrible composure. North are going to hold on. If Dersma can mark. The sealer. Simpkin. The sealer for North. Oh, my goodness. They've done it again, the Blues. It is... Oh, it's Groundhog Day once again for them. Holy shit. 10-point margin. They can't come back now. They've done it. North will win. I mean, I don't know if this is a worse fuck up than it was last week. Because at least they were, I don't know, I just felt like they had more chance in this quarter. They weren't as defensively poor, but tell you what, perhaps it is worse when you really think about it, given the opponent. It actually looks like Michael Voss is about to go into tears there, break down into tears. It's going to be another one. It's going to be another one. The finishing touches for North. 9 seconds remain. And North are going to go 3-1. Someone said before that they were going to be 2-2. Didn't see North Melbourne winning or happening to be a reality at all. Well, that's it for the Blues. Season is absolutely gone. Nothing's changed. North Melbourne, a very, very impressive run home win, and they win by 10 points. Can you believe it? Wow. I know, Simpkin. Simpkin was the one that kicked the sealer. One of the better wins I've seen from North in recent memory, I tell you what. It's a good game, though. It's probably going to be a tough one to top for the game of the round. I have hope for when we play Carlton. Any side will have hope, even if they're up by 40 points at half time like we saw last week, or 20 points at three-quarter time like today. Yes, there's still always a chance. Mentally a weak football club are Carlton. Crumble under the pressure. You're going to do the Crows. Well, that's not till 7:15, but I won't be doing that game. But tomorrow, if you've got nothing on the Easter Saturday, I'll be doing a couple of games on the Saturday. So where are they now on the ladder, the Roos? The fact that their one loss is coming against West Coast, they could have easily started 4-0.
Yeah, that's a crazy feeling, that, especially that last Sealer going through. It was a tough day all day. Yeah, credit to Carlton. They really stepped up in that second half and they didn't make it easy at all. But yeah, for the boys. Yeah,
Doherty's going to be proven right time and time again, it seems.
You're 3-1 heading into gathering.
Where are they now? I think they're in the top 4, the Roos. They're third. They'll probably stay in the top 6 again at the end of the round. They're third right now, North Melbourne. Everyone keeps asking if I'm doing the second game. I've made that call a number of times already. No, I won't be. Eagles, you reckon, make a wild card? I think it's a bit early for that still for West Coast. Bit reactionary. Freo are now favourites against Adelaide tonight. Despite all the ins that the Adelaide have. Fan cams are going to go off as well on the Blue Abroad channel. It's all happening. It's absolutely all happening. I'll definitely clip something up about this game, but yeah, fuck. I have a couple of things I got to do after the after this stream, but I tell you what a game of footy that ended up being. I'm glad I ended up watching it and streaming it. And the Blues. Do you reckon even if Essendon lose by 130 points, they'll still be the major talking point over the weekend? Well, they'll be getting one of them. That's for sure. Funny feeling North might beat Brisbane next week. Hopefully it's an okay game. Hopefully it can be like a game where North stick around Brisbane for 3 quarters, because every gather round game is a blowout between them both. I feel for you again, Nick. It's just time and time and time again. Like, seriously. People might be like, oh, well, it couldn't happen again, could it? Well, it has. And it will keep happening. Unless something changes. You'll be packed full of WA and New South Wales for... Really? Is that actually true? Delayed broadcast. In this day and age, there shouldn't be delayed broadcast anymore. Yeah, absolutely deflating scenes right now in the Carlton rooms, but for North Melbourne, it's all elation. Voss getting sacked yet? It's not going to happen, I don't reckon. But everyone's going to want him to see it out. But I think there's almost no chance he stays at the end of the year now. Not that there was any chance probably after last week, but it probably more than confirms it now. You don't have to answer that question, Nick. I don't know why people are questioning why someone supports the Blues. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will be wrapping the stream up now. Thank you all for the tuning in. Appreciate the comments. And, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for a couple of games. If you guys want to tune in, jump on the stream. And I'll chuck something up on YouTube Shorts as well from this game in a few hours when the highlights get posted. But, yeah, cheers, everyone, for watching. And we will see you in the next one. Sorry, Nick. I do feel bad for you and all other